the town of Krolovets in Sumy region, military facilities were raided at night by drones. Dozens of explosions were heard in the town. Russian soldiers were moving on four-wheeled ATVs when suddenly a Ukrainian attack FPV drone appeared. The soldiers opened fire with their rifles.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
In the town of Pokrovsk, the Russian Air Force with the FAB-3000 destroyed the temporary deployment building of the armed forces of Ukraine. A Ukrainian infantry group of about 5 Ukrainian infantry was spotted in one of the houses in the direction of Kherson. Russian troops destroyed the position with an accurate artillery strike, opening the way for the Russian troops to advance. The Baba Yaga drone of the armed forces of Ukraine arrived at the position of the Russian fighters. While the drone was looking for a suitable position for the attack, Russian soldiers were trying to shoot down the drone from the other side. Fortunately, the drone was destroyed before it could carry out the attack. An example of a homemade trap in a TM-62 mine. The Russian Armed Forces engineers show a trap placed in the TM mine, triggered by an attempt to disarm or move it, which provides enough force to detonate the main charge. For this reason, the engineers strongly recommend removing mines with ropes and cat hooks, trying to make 2 flips at the same time without approaching the ammunition. Such traps are battery-operated and run out in 1 to 3 months, making it easier to clear old minefields. Yesterday morning, airstrikes were carried out on some Ukrainian facilities in Lutsk. At the same time, numerous gunshots were heard.
Ви це чуєте?
Ти бачиш його? Зніми на відео!
Operators of Molnya aircraft-type drones struck the bunkers of the Ukrainian armed forces. At the same time, regular FPV drones participated in the attacks. Footage of the attack by Russian soldiers from a first-person camera. Don't forget to join our Telegram group.
Выскочил, сел, ёбнул.
Fiber optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod destroyed the International Max Pro with 1 hit.
Дружочек, встань. Отходим. Дружненько, дружненько. Все, погнали. Все ушли. Все пришли! Все пришли! Все пришли! Все ушли! Все ушли! Все пришли! Все пришли! Все ушли! Все ушли! Все пришли! Все пришли! Удачи, пацаны.
In the footage released yesterday, Russian infantry forces clashed with a large number of Ukrainian bunkers at close range. During the clashes, improvised explosive devices were thrown into the bunkers. anti-tank mines were used to destroy the bunkers. This is a proven method of destroying underground bunkers. Drones are not always an effective method of attack against these underground bunkers. Although artillery is a powerful method, sometimes it is not enough to destroy the bunker. Therefore, firing anti-tank mines into the bunker is an effective method. In the forests of Kharkiv, a Russian FPV drone went for a ride. A long ride ended with a successful outcome. Operators of the 108th Airborne Regiment destroy the 2 S-1 Gvozdika self-propelled howitzer of the airborne forces with a fiber-optic FPV UAV in the direction of Zaporizhzhia. Destruction of a camouflaged Ukrainian armed forces mortar position. The operator of the reconnaissance UAV of the South Troop Group discovered a Ukrainian armed forces 120mm mortar position and the location of the crew's residence. The operators of the FPV drones methodically destroyed both the place of residence and the mortar position through fiber optics.
Пришлось повозиться. Вот так бой приняли.
Sumy direction. The guards of the northern group captured a Humvee. It looks like it needs some repairs and maintenance.
Стекла бронированные, но не капсульные, как у наш. Ну ничего, сейчас отреставрируем и поедем машинку работать.
The enemy wanted to get out of the trench and bypass our entire assault group from behind, said the commander of a sniper company with the call sign Amur. A pair of snipers from Dnipro troops covered the attackers. BM-21. Grad MLRS units of the airborne troops destroyed an infantry unit of the armed forces of Ukraine in the vicinity of Chasiv Yar. Russian armed forces arrived with four-wheeled ATVs to evacuate the wounded soldiers. While the wounded soldier was being dressed, the Ukrainian armed forces attack drone suddenly appeared. Russian soldiers immediately took aim and opened fire to shoot down the Ukrainian drone.
На разворот! Все, лежим! Так, ложись! Ложись! Молодцы! Все! Все целые? Целые? Все, все. Давай раненых грузим! Молодцы! Вообще попали!
A Russian FPV drone destroyed a robotic platform of the Ukrainian armed forces carrying ammunition near the settlement of Rygorodka. This robot carries ammunition for the MLRS and also transports food. FAB-500 from UMPK strikes Ukrainian position. In the Krasnolimanska direction, the BTR-3 used by the Ukrainian armed forces was destroyed as a result of a hit by a Russian fiber-optic drone. The armored vehicle appears to have been abandoned. Soldiers of the Russian Airborne Regiment destroyed a Ukrainian armed forces armored personnel carrier near Tetkino on the Kursk direction. Russian troops are calling on the enemies in the bunkers to surrender. If they don't answer the call or open fire, there is no turning back. 2 Russian soldiers threw grenades into the bunker and opened fire with rifles. Eventually, they entered the bunker and secured it. The 39th Brigade's offensive is moving in the Pokrovsk direction towards the residential area east of the Ulyanivka settlement. As the armored vehicles moved along the road, they were constantly subjected to Ukrainian FPV drone and artillery strikes. However, the armored vehicles with enhanced protection did not run away and kept moving forward. When the armored personnel carrier arrived at the settlement, the infantry quickly disembarked. The armored vehicles completed their mission safely. Near Andreevka, the 2 S-1 Gvozdika self-propelled howitzer of the Ukrainian armed forces was camouflaged. However, even though they camouflaged the howitzer from the front, they left the rear side and even the door open. This led to the easy destruction of the howitzer. The infantry of the Ukrainian armed forces planned to cross the river in a small boat and attack the Russians from behind. But the Russian eyes in the sky, the drones, were following the Ukrainian infantry.
Работа! Лежать! Руки в голову! Оружие в сторону! Оружие! Оружие в сторону! В сторону ствол! Выкинул! Руки за спину! Третий. 2 руки за спину! Грозный контроль!
Don't forget to join our Telegram group.
Все, руки за спину! Все! Грозный! Лодка, посмотри! Контролем, держи 2.
Russian and Ukrainian forces confronted each other at close range. Fortunately, the soldier took cover and returned fire without being hit. A fiber-optic FPV drone captured a Ukrainian soldier on a communications tower in the village of Slobozhanska in the Kharkiv region. The frame also includes the crash of the FPV drone of the Molnya-2 type aircraft into the communication node at the base of the tower. A destroyed BTR-4 of the armed forces of Ukraine can be seen in the background. There are few infantry left to hold the last bits of territory in the Kursk region. Russian troops continue to work without a break. Artillery hit the infantry hiding in a house. During aerial reconnaissance near the village of Bely Kolodez in the Kharkiv region, the operator of the northern UAV revealed the location of Ukraine's camouflaged electronic warfare station. A kamikaze drone using fiber optics managed to approach the target without interference and inflict fire damage to it. Russian reconnaissance drone operators revealed the reinforcement group of the Ukrainian armed forces. After precisely calculating the coordinates, the aircraft-type UAV was activated and dealt a hard blow to the position. The position and equipment were destroyed. FPV drone operators of the assault unit of the 5th Independent Guard Tank Brigade of the Russian Armed Forces combat work with the Vostok Group in the southern Donetsk direction. In the footage, the reconnaissance unit monitors the movement of the Ukrainian Armed Forces infantry. Then, when the movement of the infantry is stable, an attack drone approaches their position and destroys them wherever they are. In the footage, the fiber optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod is used. Thanks to this, in case of any REB system, the drone can continue on its way without losing its movement. Russian reconnaissance has uncovered a mortar position of the Ukrainian armed forces. First, the artillery unit fired a powerful artillery shell at the position. Then an FPV drone was launched and penetrated into the position, destroying it.